producing it, but it definitely conveys the message. Let me know if you don't find it. I'll talk about it for a few minutes. 1 and 2 and the D and 1, 1, 3, 9 and 12. Here we go. Yeah, just getting the the fingers 2 and 3 away. There we go. There's another thing over here too. It's the control system that I use for the Apache Symphony system, but I have on my desktop. I have the control set for that. The Apache Symphony desktop. So that's a really, I really enjoy that. I really like that. I So my right hand's a little slow, but you can see that I'm starting to gain familiarity with fingers 2 and 3, and so I'm restricting my movement, my picking hand to only fingers 2 and 3. And so I do have a fingernail file here, and so what I would do is I would just take a look at, put the guitar on the file on my fretboard, and then I would finger how I would address the strings. I'm going to start getting that bevel, that angle, just by, that angle is going to inform, that plane, the string plane is going to inform the angle of my fingernail. So now I've got an angle started, and then what I would do is I would go through and sort of follow through with that angle. And that will help get things. But I'll finalize all of that later on. I won't take the time to do that now. This is a warm-up session, but go ahead and find that video after if you want, see what you want to take part. So fingers, we've got the Anthony here. This is a tough one for me, so it's fingers 2, 3, and 4 on frets 10, 11, and 12. Let's go ahead and do that finger stretch exercise, that nice slow burn that we all look forward to. Good. 1 E, 2 E, and a D, and a thank you. I'm Jason, and if you're just tuning in, here at Jason Guitar, I want to welcome you, and thank you for being part of this session. If you're here and you haven't yet smashed the like button, you can do that now. Like to double tap the screen, or hit the heart button, or whatever whatever you do, and whatever you do you think you can do to support the channel, we're totally open to that. 1E and 2, fingers 1 and 2 and 3, press 10, 12, and 14. Here we go. 2E and 1Z and 2Z. Here we go. So, that's okay. I know that song. For some reason this morning it's starting extra good. 4 or 5 months plus into this, so we should be doing a little bit more challenging material. We should do the material that's really going to propel us forward, to help us be fulfilled. And appreciate when we're not doing things like that. Oh man, I feel like I'm going to have the Popeye arm here. So, ready? 16 beats here, 16 clicks on this beautiful stretch. This is just a beautiful, beautiful stretch. I forgot, it feels so good I forgot to count. Breathing in and breathing out, super important. And we're just letting the side go here, and then we're pulling down for the same amount. Smoking mirrors. There's a big discussion there. There's a large discussion there. Mastering.com is pretty helpful. Alright, let's get back to the world of I like to play my guitar. And, jeez, that exercise just whoops me every time. 1E into 2 and 2E into 12. Put on your shoes more. Shoes. I hope you have a wonderful happy Friday, man. Super day, everything, all of the goodness in the world. I hope that some form of service wherever. Travel well, friends. Oh, okay, cool. I'm not sure what we're doing for specializations, Mark, so is there something you want to go back to and watch for specialization? Any questions that you want to come back to? Ooh, I just snuck another finger in here. If you're just tuning in, this morning ritual that is it's intended to be something of value for the general player. It's for the guitar practitioner who is a beginner and is alive every day. Every time you pick it up, you start to all over again. And that's a difficult thing to achieve sometimes. Starting with that blank slate every day. I try to make a few notes. I've started making notes because the notebook is supremely important to, and never mind the 12-month plan or the 24-month plan, but the day-to-day things that you want to kind of like manage into your calendar, especially with guitar and technique. Do you all feel like it would be a good idea to, let's see, hello, Mr. Guitar, and greetings from Indonesia. Good morning. Thanks for being here with us today. Mr. Guitar. That's cool. Yeah, others have been called that appropriately. So, one E and a 2, and you know what to do. Oh, you don't, because I didn't say it. We're using figures 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're picking that first finger back to fret number 8. So, 1 E and a 2, and D, E and a 4. If you get something that, if you get a stereo file, Robert Wolf, if you get a stereo file and you wanted to share it with me, I've mastered some recordings from Jason Bonham and other artists for public consumption. And if you want, I can walk you through. If you send me a track, you can try to take some time and do maybe a live stream of how we would just walk through a simple mastering process, with Logic Pro. And I don't know if you are interested. You'd have to be pretty, just I guess interested in some of the tools that are available within Logic Pro at the moment, and then I have a couple of plugins that I'd like to, that I really like. I wouldn't, run it through any outboard gear. Just all in the box. And it's probably something that you all already do, but if you wanted to check it out, if you get the tune together, in the spirit of getting others, independently producing more of your own stuff, I'd be happy to, quote unquote, unlock what it is that I do to master my own stuff, to master stuff in-house. And then if we really need to get it sent to, if we need to get a product sent somewhere, I send it to Adam A. Right, Adam is the guy who used to work at, with Bob Lundgren, the great Bob Lundgren at Masterdisc, and then Gateway Studio, Mastering Studio. So I would send the important work through to Adam and see if he had time to take on some work. And then if I could, I would pay extra to be in attendance, to have the mastering session attended, so that I could learn a little bit and absorb a little bit from the multi-Grammy award-winning mastering engineer that he is. But I would want to pay extra to get in his domain, do something, just observe. Even there to observe would be good. But I think, if you're distributing, I think it depends on the size of the market. And then, it's a long discussion, I think. But I want to encourage anyone who can really be doing a decent job at mastering, if you have a digital audio workstation. But I would master a good mix, a good stereo mix, a stereo file, not, I wouldn't want to have the entire project file sent with multi-tracks, and I think if you had a good mix, then that could be mastered. That stereo file should be the mastering, the thing to be mastered, not the mix. Alright, so where are we going to specialize today? Alright, somehow we know what to do. Love to document everything, itsy bitsy everything. Good. If you're generating that kind of content, what we did, we had a song. I don't know. Let me see if I can dial it up here. Only because we're talking about it and it's Friday, and I kind of want to show you something else. Some other things that we do. I wonder if this will work. And sorry to have my back to you here, but let me just show you. Here's a track that I mastered, I recorded, mixed, and mastered. And let's see, where are we at? So here it is. I'm not sure if you can hear it well here or not, but I'll show you why I bring this to your attention. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention because we had, I don't know, 150 tracks or something by the time it was done. And I thought, so I like to work with municipalities and state level and federal level agencies and then distribute ideas and wealth. So there was a local high school system that I was working with. He happened to be the music educator of the year in the state, and wonderfully talented music educator, public music educator, which I'm not. And take one look at me. I don't have the patience for that, but I do have some patience, probably the patience of Joe, but not for that. That takes a special kind of person. So he started up a digital audio workstation lab for all of his music students interested in production. But they didn't have any material, so I said, hey, here's, $15,000 worth of tracking, and then why don't you hang on to it? And so I worked out a deal with the band, and they were like, hey, oh, that's great, we want kids. And then so everybody, all of these high school students for years, and they're still doing it, they have this 100 and something track project file, and they all use Logic because it's all Apple-based stuff. And every one of them gets a chance to organize, recut, remix, remaster, and basically reimagine that recording. And I've heard a handful of those recordings over the years of these juveniles, these mixing and mastering engineers, and they're doing it. So wouldn't it be cool, Raul, if you said, hey, anyone interested in this live stream or this live chat, anyone with a digital audio workstation, if you wanted to take a crack at mastering my material, it's not like I'm better or worse than anyone else. It's just that I like to listen, I like to turn knobs, I like to read metering, I like to do all of those things. And then maybe one day that will lead me to meet up again with Adam Hagen, and then maybe we can be a conversation starter with him, or someone else, right? And it's just, it's one of those things that I thought would be a good idea, if you're willing to do that. I know it's a little bit like putting yourself out there. I remember this recording session because they didn't really put a backwards guitar solo in it, and I think I didn't really know how to end the song, so the song ends. So part of being in the studio with the talent, with the group, with the musicians as the recording engineer, is when they run into trouble. Or run into it. Well, we've been playing the song, we've been practicing the song, but we don't really know how to end it. And that happens, right? And Old Navy was all over the TV at the time, and they had this really super pop sound with these descending cadences, just contrapuntal lines and counterpoint melodies. And so I said, why don't we make the end of the song sound like an Old Navy commercial, but then why don't we modulate the key up a whole step so it gives the song a little lift as we're going out. And so when the bass player's like, oh yeah, let's do that. And then the singer and the guitar player and the drummer, they're like, yeah, well the drummer's just like, yeah, I'll do whatever. And they did this. stuff. So you never know what becomes of these little projects that you get involved with, right? All right, so I think, I don't know, I'm not sure if that is really a morning ritual warm-up or not, but I know that my index and middle fingers feel a lot better now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep working on this. Hey, Bernie, what's going on? So I'm just going to keep working on this right hand. But this time, instead of using fingers 1, 2, and 3, I'm going to use fingers 1 and 2, or 2 and 3 only. Now I'm going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4 warm-ups with using index, middle, and ring fingers and see what that does for me. Right. 1 E N, 2 E N, T E N. Yeah, it's funny that the song that I played was about dreams, right? Things line up, you know. Everything kind of amounts to, it reduces down to 42, doesn't it, right? Somehow. We should write a song called 42. But it's, did you find the track on Apple Music or whatever? It's the Returnables, and it's called Penelope. It's a really great track, you know. And there's another great track. I'm stuck in a rut. It's a good one. Yeah, it's about the time I was friends who think I was in the climbing party with Himalaya, but we went to the beach. But anyway. Hey, mostly crazy. Morning, Pete. Seriously, hope all is going good for y'all. Yeah, we hope the same, and you're never far from top of the line. Mostly crazy, so glad you're back here. So I'm going to close it up. We're just going to go back through some pentanicism with fingers 2 and 3. I'm sort of working on finger style this morning, and fingers 2 and 3. And if you're just tuning in, I'm Jason here with the morning ritual for guitar growth, which happens to be right here live every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So it's free to join, and it's happening all year long. So we are experiencing, all of us are experiencing mad amounts of growth, you know, and it's like almost we need extra buckets to put all of the excess growth in. But we're just dripping off of us. Look, I mean, it's just like raw growth everywhere. So 1 E and 2, let's just work on fingers, you know, 1, just that minor pentatonic shape, you know the shape. The 1 4 1 3 1 3 1 3, and then 1 4 1 4. And I'm using fingers 2 and 3 in my picking hand. And we're going to use 4 attacks per beat and 60 beats per minute using this old thing. It ain't no thing. Just a metronome. So 1 E and 2 search through my channel, I think I did a Backstreet Boys song here. So you can go back and search Jason Carey guitar right here on YouTube. And then go ahead and find Jason Carey guitar and then search through my old videos. I hate to recommend it because some of those, I look like, Sasquatch, but that's okay. It's who I am, who I was. And I think you'll find a Backstreet Boys song. Let me know if you do, because I think there is one there. Now let's go ahead and speed that up a little bit. Now I want to work on repetition. Repetition is a huge part of the morning ritual for me. Number one. How's the band, Mostly Crazy? Are you guys still playing? While you're here, fill us in. One, two, three, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, three. Here we go. That's huge. That's huge, yeah. So what is it called again? Taken Down. It's on YouTube at saying one, but what I really meant was 4. So all these little permutations make it worthwhile, and that's where I think we'll leave it for today, and I really appreciate this one. It felt great to be here today. I got my stool all at the right height now. I didn't have to cut it. I just had to bang on it a little bit outdoors, and it went right down to where it was supposed to be. So my drum throne is now operational to my satisfaction and contentment, which every day. It's been a wonderful morning. I look forward to seeing you again Monday morning. But don't forget, every weekend until we're finished with the series, we launch 2 new chord chemistry pieces, right? So we have some interesting stuff coming up, 9 a.m. on Saturday and 9 a.m. on Sunday in the Premier Lodge, so that we're there in the chat with you, so if you have questions or you want to participate, we'll see you tomorrow. But for the live stream here, for this live stream, the morning ritual for guitar growth, we'll see you again on Monday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and until we meet again. Yeah, it's really great to see everybody here. It's really great to see people here. And time to go feed the hens. Yeah, all right. You're welcome, Jill. Happy Mother's Day weekend, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And yeah. Yeah, Raul. Yep. It's good. Later, Robbie. Later, Raul. Later, everybody. Mostly crazy. Later, Raul. Later, I had the Rage Against the Machine. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Love the Rage. Radom. Happy Mother's Day for moms. Time with the fellas. Call your mom. That's for sure. Call your mom. Oh yeah, all right. That's so cool. We just shout out your mom. That's awesome. Yeah, good for you. All right, that's fun. It's fun. Have fun. Have a great time. And again, well, we'll see you.